Namaste. Hi there, it's me, Stacey Lei, and of course I'm here with Miss Foxy Brown. Welcome to yoga, and thank you for joining me for today's deeply empowering class. In this session, we will practice isometric exercises. And what that means is that you'll hold a posture very still without moving. And that increases muscular strength and endurance, but it's important for you to know that it can also raise your blood pressure and your heart rate unless you focus on exhaling. So our main focus today is on our long, fluid exhales, and I'll coach you the whole way. For today's class, you'll need a mat or a carpet, and I'd like you to set up your mat close to a wall. We'll be using the wall as a tool for today's class. You'll need about this much wall space. And if you have a picture hanging, please just be careful that you don't catch yourself on a hook or a nail. I'd like you to have a block, a yoga block in your space, and if you don't have one, you can have a cushion from your sofa or a large book, and then also a small hand towel, which will keep you just a little bit more comfortable as we move through the postures. One more thing I'd like to say is you might notice that my hands disappear off the screen today, but today you have two coaches, me and my reflection. So if you lose my hands off the screen, just be sure to check with my hands in the mirror and you'll see everything you need. Let's begin in the center of your space. And we'll start with our feet hip distance apart. We'll start with some deep breathing and get ourselves into the breathing technique before we start to move. Place your left hand onto your heart and your right hand on top of that. Please relax your shoulders down and lengthen your neck. Inhale through your nose. And take your time exhaling. And do that again. Inhale through your nose. This time as you exhale, focus on releasing more air than you took in. So you'll start to move down to the very bottom of your lungs, releasing any stale air. Let's breathe together again. Inhale. As you exhale, start to make a little bit of a humming sound. You might notice that your heart rate is slowing just a little bit, and that humming sound actually relaxes your entire physical system. It's a good tool to have when you're facing anxiety or stress or in the face of some chaotic event or some stressful moment in your life, to have the power to calm yourself down. Well, that's deeply empowering. So today our main focus will be on our breath. Please step your feet together and we'll start warming up our bodies with a very simple sun salutation. Bring your ankles together to touch and draw your knees together. Stand up very tall. Draw your tailbone down to the ground and engage your abdominals so that your back is supported. Bring your thumbs to your shoulders. Fingers are wide. And now stretch your arms up overhead. And you could see in the mirror that my fingers are wide and I'm pressing my thumbs back behind me. Please do the same. This is your mountain pose. Now interlace your fingers and point your index finger up, just like this. And now bend your body from right to left. In yoga, this is called the palm tree. And just like a tree swaying in the breeze, you could bend but not break. Exhale each time you bend over to the side. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Come back to the center. Separate your hands. And now begin to roll your shoulders back, a gentle upper back massage. Now hold your elbows down and wide. Flip your palms up and press your thumbs back behind you. Draw your shoulder blades together. Now this piece is important. I'd like you to draw your tailbone down so that your lower back is lengthened as you lift your chest up. You could tilt your chin up just a little bit towards the ceiling and say, inhale, reach up high, the mountain pose. Flip your palms towards me, bend your knees and sweep your hands down. Reach your hips back as if you're sitting into a low chair and lengthen through your spine. Straighten your legs, then bend your legs and stand up tall. Let's do that again. Reach up, the mountain pose, hands together, steeple grip. Bend right and left like a palm tree. Do it one more time, right and left. Return to center and separate your hands. Now open your elbows wide, thumbs back, tailbone draws down. Tilt your chin. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Bend your knees and sweep your arms down. Straighten your legs. Bend your legs. Stand up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Now that you've rehearsed some of our movements, let's move towards the wall. We'll try it again. Lean against the wall. So your feet are a little bit apart, away from the wall, but your butt is leaning on the wall and your shoulders come back against the wall. And now bring your hands, your thumbs to your shoulders and slide your arms up. I'd like you to press into the wall with your thumbs. Now this is our first isometric. And as you press into the wall with your thumbs, you might feel the back of your shoulders working. This is where you need to exhale deeply. You can sip in some air through your nose. Exhale deeply out your mouth. Okay, soften your arms back down. Bet that was more challenging than when you just reached your arms overhead. Place your right hand on your hip, sweep your left arm up again. And now let's bend over to the right side. So similar to the palm tree, just on one side. Press your thumb into the wall and maybe you can draw your elbow back towards the wall as well. It might touch, it might not. And now you can roll your head towards the ceiling. Press your head into the wall just a little bit. Exhale deeply. Sweep back up, please, and relax your arm down. You can roll your shoulders a few times, and let's try it on the other side. Your left hand comes to your hip. Your right thumb comes to your shoulder. Bring your arm right up over your head and press your thumb into the wall. Now bend over towards your left. Continue to press your thumb into the wall as you exhale. You can draw your elbow back towards the wall and maybe it'll touch. And then roll your head up if you'd like. Bring your ear closer to the wall. And this is strengthening your neck. Your exhales are long and deep. Your face is relaxed. Sweep back up to the center, please, and relax all the way down. Now, flip your palms up and draw your elbows into the wall. Draw your tailbone down, just like we did in the warm-up. And then press your elbows into the wall and puff your heart up. Now you're pressing back and reaching forward simultaneously. You could rest the back of your head on the wall. Focus on long, deep exhales. You might notice how strong this exercise can be. The more you press, the stronger the exercise becomes. Soften from this posture. Separate your legs, just about hip distance apart. And now walk your feet forward a little bit more. Hands onto your thighs. Draw your navel back towards the wall as you draw your tailbone down towards the floor. And then slide down into a wall sit. If you feel pressure in your knees, just walk your feet forward a little bit more. Long, deep exhales. Draw your shoulders back and draw your navel back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. I bet you feel this strengthening your thighs. I sure do. Press into your thighs and slide your body up. Bring your hands to the wall and walk your feet back. So now your feet are a little bit closer to the wall. Place your hands on your thighs again, please, and hinge forward. So lengthen your spine. You'll press your tailbone towards the wall. You'll lengthen through the crown of your head. And now you can reach back with your fingers and press against the wall. As you press back, lengthen your neck. So draw your ears away from your shoulders as you exhale. And now slowly hinge your body back up. You could pedal through your legs a few times. Inhale, exhale. So now we'll move on to a warrior series. I'd like you, please, to turn your body towards the left side of the room, to look down at your left foot, and place the pinky edge of your foot against the wall. So your foot and the wall are as one. You're pressing in. And now place your left hand on the wall and you can scoot your right foot forward and come down to a nice low lunge. If you've practiced other yoga postures before, hey Foxy, where are you going? Come on back. You're familiar with this foot position, this warrior position, right? But it feels different when we have the wall, because now you could press against the wall with your hand and your foot and reach your front arm out. And here we have our strong isometric. Use your fingertips to rotate your shoulders so that your shoulders are in line with your hips. So you'll have a little gentle twist towards the left to make that happen. Inhale, exhale. Keep this low lunge and bring your palms together. Lift your elbows and press your hands together. That's another isometric. Your arms don't move, but you're pressing hard. Now twist towards your front leg, please, and twist back. Twist forward and back. So keep in mind, we'll be doing all of these postures on the other side. You might be turning the other way and you may not be able to see me. I'll cue you, but at least you can try to remember a little bit of what we're doing now. Now twist your body towards your front leg, and you can stay right here if that feels good, or you can extend your arms up overhead. Do your best to bring both shoulders in line with your front knee, and look down at your front knee. It should be pointed in the same direction as your front toes. Open up your arms. Let's return back to the warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Now place your front hand on your front thigh and straighten your front leg the best you can. Now if you have a block, you can place your block at any height in front of your ankle bone, and then reach down with your right hand and rest your hand onto the block. Do your best to straighten your legs as your left hand comes to your rib cage. Stack your shoulders one on top of the other, and then reach your top arm up. Reach up and simultaneously press down, reaching in both directions, into the future, down to the past. And here you are with me in this perfect moment that is present. Inhale and exhale. Bend your knee, bend your top arm. Bring your right hand to your thigh and come back up. Now turn all 10 toes towards the left side of the room and get ready for our dismount. Press into the wall and then press your left foot away from the wall. Step down and step down. Inhale and exhale. Now I'm going to turn towards the wall to do a plank, and as you turn, I know you won't be able to watch me, so just watch me right now. We'll take our hands just a little bit wider than our shoulders and step our feet back. And then we'll just lean onto the wall and hold this plank. You can join me now. So your body is in a long straight line from the crown of your head down to your heels. And if you'd like to, you can bend your elbows and then press like a little push-up or chaturanga. Let's try it again. Bend your elbows and press. And this time, one more time, press your heels down to the floor and see if you can keep your heels down as you bend your elbows. Exhale and press. Step one foot forward and the other foot forward. And now we'll practice the same series on the other side. So forgive me for turning my back to you. I'll talk to you in the mirror right here. So you'll bring your right foot against the wall, just like we did before, your pinky edge pressing into the wall. Keep your right hand on the wall and then scoot your foot forward. You might want to position your block now that you know what we're doing. So take a nice low lunge, nice low warrior lunge. Press your hand into the wall and then reach out and find your very strong and stable and deeply empowering warrior two. You can look beyond your fingertips with your thumb up. Inhale and exhale. Now bring your hands together at your heart, elbows very high. And now twist towards your front leg and return. We'll twist a few more times. So you can feel your rib cage moving away from your hips. Last time, turn towards your front leg. Do your best to bring both shoulders in the same direction as your front knee. And take a look, make sure that your knee is pointed directly over your toes. And you're welcome to hold here and press into your hands. Or if you'd like to, you can reach your arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Now open up again to the warrior two. Okay, you can take your hand off the wall, place your front hand on your front thigh, and start to straighten both legs. Reach down and place the block in front of your ankle. And then you can place your hand on the block or on your shin or on your thigh, whatever feels best for you. I'm just using a nice high block today. Do your best to stack one shoulder over the other shoulder as you bring your hand to your rib cage. Now gaze up towards the ceiling, and maybe this is where you'll stay. If you'd like to, you can extend your arm up. This is called the triangle pose, Trikonasana. Inhale, exhale. Fold your top arm down, bend your front leg, bring your hand to your thigh, and hinge your body up. Now turn all 10 toes towards the right side of the room. Bring your right hand to the wall, and then to dismount, you'll step your right foot away from the wall and bring both feet together. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll turn towards the wall again. You remember the plank we did earlier. We'll do it a little differently this time. Now you'll place your forearms on the wall and we'll simply hold the position. There are no push-ups this time. So forearms on the wall, step your feet way back and press your heels down. Now as you hold this position, engage the muscles of your abdominals and your seat. So squeeze your butt and your abs. Keep your heels down on the floor. Let's have one full round of breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Lift your heels. Step one foot in and the other foot in. And you can shake your hands out. Interlace your fingers and flip your hands inside out. And now let's transition and move down to the floor together. Step one foot forward, the other foot back. Your front hand comes to your front thigh and slowly lower down. There's no rush. Once you've arrived down on the floor, we'll stay in this tabletop position. I'd like you to fold your feet. In other words, you'll curl your toes under and you'll rest on the balls of your feet and then slide your feet back towards the wall. You could feel a deep stretch in your feet right now. And of course, if you need to take a rest from that, you can do that at any time. But let's see if you can stretch your feet today. They'll be better feet once they're more flexible. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, please. And draw your tailbone under. Just your tailbone. So you get a nice lower back stretch. And then soften. Let's do that one more time. Draw your tailbone under. And then soften. Now you might prefer to place the towel underneath your knees. I forgot to tell you that. So if you'd like to, just slide the towel underneath your knees and that will give you a little bit more padding and help keep you more comfortable. Okay, now we've got a nice strong isometric strength building exercise. Engage the muscles of your abdominals and then exhale and hover your knees off the floor. Inhale. Remember, a long exhale will keep you calm. Lower your knees down and come up to your knees. Shake your hands out. You could stretch your wrists just like this. Place the tops of your hands against each other and then press your elbows down. You can also work into your webbing. So we're going to do that exercise 2 more times, but I'll give you 2 more advancements if you want to take them, okay? Otherwise, you just do the knee hover that I just showed you. Come back down. Exhale, hover your knees off the floor, and if you'd like to progress, then walk your hands forward to high plank. Inhale. As you exhale, press your feet into the wall. Long, deep exhale. And now soften your knees and walk your hands back. Lower your knees to the floor and roll up. Shake your hands out. That's a strong exercise. So if you found that was challenging for you, good for you. It should be challenging, but not so challenging that you're not able to do it with good form. So I'm going to show you one more. The option now is to go into downward facing dog instead of plank. Okay, if you're not fond of downward dog, you could stay in the knee hover. Let's do it. Come on down. And please remember your long exhales. Okay, here we go. Exhale and engage your abdominals. You can hover your knees off the ground or lift your hips. Downward facing dog. And as you hang upside down, you see that your feet are pressed against the wall. You could keep your knees bent or you could straighten them out. You could shake your head no. Now practice your long exhale. And And gently lower your knees down to the floor. And roll up, shake your hands out. If you practice that with me, you know that it is some challenging work, but it will make us strong. That was some full body exercise that you just did. All right, I'd like you to scoot your legs off to the side, and now we'll sit down cross-legged. Actually, no, sit down, but extend your legs out in front of you. And now scoot your butt and your back all the way against the wall. This is called staff pose. I'd like you to press your spine against the wall. So think about your tailbone, draw your lower back against the wall, widen your rib cage against the wall, widen your shoulders. Tuck your chin just a little bit to flatten your neck. And now that your spine is all pressed against the wall, you're deep breathing as you flex your ankles hard and spread your toes. Keep spreading your toes, keep spreading. So you should feel some significant intensity in your abdominals as you flatten your back and press into the wall, and as you press through your heels. Now let's relax and feel the difference, big difference. You could kind of shake your legs out a little bit, soften your spine and wiggle it, but we're gonna do that again, okay? Get ready. Here we go. So scoot your butt back, press your tailbone into the wall, remove any space between your lower back and the wall, and widen your rib cage and widen your shoulders, and tuck your chin a little bit to lengthen your neck. And now press hard through your heels. Spread your toes. If you really squeeze your legs a lot, you'll notice that your heels come off the floor. Long exhale. Relax the muscles in your face and your neck. And soften. All right. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Now you'll slide your knees out and draw your feet together. And keep yourself pressed against the wall. Bring your hands to the inner thighs, your inner thighs, and just gently press down. So one strong press and exhale. And now soften. Now your knees might be up a whole lot higher than mine are, and that's okay, right? Remember, yoga is a practice, so keep coming back and doing classes with me, and we'll work on this flexibility. Let's try it one more time. Bring your hands to the insides of your legs and press down. But as you press, exhale and relax. So please be sure that you're not gripping in your jaw or you're not furrowing your brow, because that sends heavy, hard, strong, angry symbols or messages to your body, and you just want to say to your body, you're saying, baby, it's okay. You're relaxed. I am opening your hips. And when my hips are happy, my whole body is happy. You might be able to tell I talk to myself a lot. Okay, soften your legs, crisscross your legs. And now place your right hand on the ground. Bring your left thumb to the wall. Sweep your arm up, and we're going to stretch over to the side just like we did before. Now see if you can draw your elbow back, maybe a little bit further than it was before, and you can roll your head up towards the ceiling. And now sweep up and lower down. Let's do the other side. Your right thumb comes up, press it into the wall, and slide over to your left. Be sure to anchor your right hip down so it doesn't leave your mat. And you can roll your head up and maybe draw your elbow to the wall. And sweep back up and relax. Now we've got a gentle twist. Your left hand comes across your body and twist your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. Press your right shoulder into the wall. Exhale deeply. Soften all your muscles before you release your leg. And now let's practice the other side. So lengthen your spine, reach across, twist your lower back, then your middle back, then your upper back, shoulder into the wall. And relax. And now we'll practice our Shavasana sitting upright. Your left hand on your heart, your right hand on top of that. I encourage you to sit here for 3 to 5 minutes and breathe deeply with yourself, inhaling and exhaling. It was an honor and privilege to be your guide today, and I hope you had a good experience with me. Please join me again for another yoga class. I hope to see you soon.